Hi, we're Laura and Dan. We've bought a beautiful rustic Portuguese barn and have literally zero knowledge of building and farming, but plan on converting it into a beautiful off-grid homestead. Follow us on our journey. When this way of life was invited onto our path, we knew it was not only going to be a physical challenge, but a spiritual one. For the last 5 years, there's been a calling within our souls to live a life that is more connected. Living off-grid is far more challenging than living on the grid, but life becomes more rich and fulfilling. Mistakes are amplified when we're dependent on ourselves, and the highs and lows become more potent. But in all honesty, I've never felt more alive. As the rains are now hopefully starting to settle down, we can now start preparing for the next phase of our barn conversion, outdoor kitchen project and other infrastructure. While we're waiting for the building materials to arrive, there are so many other jobs that need doing on the farm. We have found so far at the start of our off-grid journey, many days are spent putting out fires, metaphorically speaking, and there's always something to do or to repair. We then headed into the city to pick up some other building supplies. We have some huge plans moving forward, and we want to have all the building supplies in place on the land so we can work efficiently.
So now I've got my proper Viking tool now. Ding ding ding. And my Viking beard. It's time to dig some trenches. This is a job I've been really looking forward to because the land is so swamped. We've already built quite a few, as you've seen in previous videos, but I think the rain's getting so bad. We found a culprit over there, so we're going to try and channel the water all the way down there. But I'm so excited to use this Viking warrior stick. Hello, my name is Floki. Viking warrior.
We've spotted a few blocked waterways which is causing this bottom terrace of the land to be completely flooded. We were just saying before that we're really grateful that we've actually come to experience this season of heavy rain, because if we're in the summer we'd started putting beds in and growing crops, then they would have just been completely soaked through and decimated with all the rain. So grateful we'll get to experience it at its worst, so we can figure out what needs fixed and where we need to build channels and stuff like that. So yeah, feeling good.
So I'm hoping that we've dug a whole channel all the way from the top where the main part of the water's coming from. So I'm hoping once I take this big rock out, if I can pick it up, hopefully the walls burst.
It looks like it's going to.
She's a big boy.
Very heavy.
Take some whole walls out here.
Looks like there's another stone underneath, isn't it? Nice.
And there she goes.
Hey. Today we're are super excited because we're going to be installing this water drop G2 P600 reverse osmosis filter. This is something that we're really looking forward to installing. To have filtered water instantly on tap is something that's going to really improve the quality of our life. So Dan's going to have the fun job of installing it now. Dan's just finished installing the new water drop filtration system and we absolutely love it. It's got a really compact design, so it just fits nicely underneath the sink. The tap looks really nice and stylish. It's got a nice rate of water flow, so the water just flows through really quick instantly. You don't have to wait for it to filter then come out or trickle out. It's just really fast flowing. We also like the fact that we're going to be installing this in the barn in the future, and it filters out fluoride, heavy metals and other contaminants found in the water supply. That tastes amazing.
Whilst I was setting it up, it was really super easy to set up. It comes with a really quick setup manual, which is really easy to follow. Very basic, simple steps, tells you exactly how to do it. It also comes with a sticker to be able to drill the hole where the faucet needs to be placed if you need to use it. It's perfect for off-grid, and I can't wait to install it in the barn and also in the outdoor kitchen in the future.
Grab your own water drop reverse osmosis filter by clicking the link in the description. Getting stuck on the land is just something that we're getting used to now. So I feel like a lot of you guys would have seen us dump the sand and the gravel at the bottom of the land and probably would have thought, well, you're going to be building stuff at the top of the land, why are you putting it all on the bottom of the land? Well, this is why, because this bottom terrace is so boggy that we literally can't get anything up. And we're stupid enough to try bring this up, and we're paying the price now because the truck's stuck.
It's completely stuck.
So yeah.
Tried a few times to get it out. Sure. I'm going to bring it forward.
We decided to edge the truck forward as much as possible so we could add some traction underneath the wheels.
The land's just so boggy.
It's only this part of the land that's really
I
affected.
know. That's why I thought it'd be alright. I thought because it's starting to dry up a little bit, so I thought, oh, we'll need to get it up here to get the building stuff up. And it's just crap.
God help us trying to get the van out of here in a month.
No chance, is there?
You just got to laugh about it out at this point, haven't you?
Looks like the farmer's going to have to come to save us.
Yeah. He's going to be like, what have you idiots been doing?
Again.
We were glad to get the truck back on dry land. The truck did get stuck another few times after this, but we were so embarrassed to film it. With the sun shining again on the land, we added a weight to the tube for the IBC for our shower. We then found a broken plastic bin being thrown away and decided to pick it up so we can reuse it for our food scraps before they go in the big compost pile. Because we bought a cheaper bell tent, we wanted to add some extra waterproofing ourselves. Dan then added a small decking area to the bell tent. So Dan's asked us to come down to the bottom of the land. You always bring stuff back with you when you go out, don't you? Whether it's pallets or
I do.
whatever.
I do. It's one of them things. It's things. If it's there to be taken, I'm going to take it. I'm like the, like I've said before, I'm like the Portuguese scrap man, or maybe another term, stick of the dump. If it's there to be found, I'll get it. Yeah. So this morning I've been out helping our friends this morning with a couple of jobs, and as a kind of trade and barter, as a kind of as a way for payment, if that makes sense, they decided just to give us this tubing for the waterways to help us out. So it's been eventful trying to bring this to the land. Anyway, it's been a good laugh. Now we've just got to get it into the land.
We're going to take a break from scraping down the walls in the barn and we're going to prune some olive trees. You ready to go?
I was born ready for this. It's easy, this, Laura. Just like cutting your hair. Or your pubes. Could use these for me beard, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Probably need these bad boys soon. Starting to feel like Jesus. Never mind Santa Claus.
Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue. Blue too. Bad blue.
It feels brutal doing this, doesn't it? You can see loads of places where it's been pruned in the past. So it's anything that grows up, we've got to get.
Take it out. How's them forearms going, Laura?
They're aching.
I do, don't I?
I feel bad doing it. It feels like I'm mutilating the tree. It doesn't look as pretty now that it's all naked and stuff, but I suppose it's what needs to be done to get a good harvest in a few years' time.
Yeah, definitely.
We've met a new friend over the last few months, a stray dog which we've called Crackers. It's like, what's that junk?
I know what it is. What's that?
That's not real food. After a long day of pruning olive trees and grapevines, we decided to settle down in front of the fire and do a Q&A.
So tonight, me and Laura are just chilling in the bell tent. We've got the fire going. It's a really beautiful night. The stars are lovely tonight because it's starting to get a lot more chillier outside now. And the other day we put a post out on the community tab, just kind of asking people if they wanted to ask us some questions. We haven't done this yet, so we just kind of wanted to add a little bit of value and add some questions, answer some questions. Sorry. So what's the first question?
So the first question was, it would be fun to learn more about each of you, where you were raised, how you met, perhaps a little bit about your families. How did you decide on Portugal? Thanks.
So do you want to go first? My version where I met you is completely different to mine.
Alright, so we were both raised in the northeast of England, so we're half an hour away from each other,
Yeah.
half an hour down the road. How we met was,
Laura jumped in my DMs.
yeah, Dan did a podcast where he interviewed quite a lot of people that lived alternative lifestyles, and I'd watched a lot of the episodes, and then he came up on my recommended to follow on Instagram, so I followed him and then just sent him a passing message, and then the rest is
Then it was
history.
actually, it's gone now, it's done.
Yeah. And now we're married.
now we're married, signed and sealed.
Um,
And why did we choose to come to Portugal?
why did we choose to? I think why I wanted to come to
We
Portugal.
didn't, we were forced.
Which was because we took the van out last year on a trip across Europe, and we were originally looking to join an off-grid community and looking at off-grid communities, and then a lot of our friends were looking at land at the time, so we kind of just got pulled into looking at land as well and having our own slice of paradise.
Yeah.
So that's when we decided to purchase this plot of land last year.
Yeah, we just kind of went with the flow of it, and it just kind of we decided to have a look at a few different pieces of land, and we found this one and just kind of pulled at our heartstrings, and we just figured it out. You know, we didn't have a plan, we didn't know how to do it. We just kind of, as we normally do, we just kind of went full guns blazing and just tried to figure it out, and that's what we're still trying to do now. Like, people keep saying like, how can you do this, how can you do that, but we haven't got it figured out either. You know, we're just still trying to find a way ourselves. You know.
The second question is, are you planning on having farm animals on the land and a large vegetable garden? Love your channel.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that we want to definitely 100% do. Our current situation at the moment, because we haven't got residency, we're still working on that progress. Like we said in the last question, we still haven't got it figured out. So 100% our aim is to, you know, to build a sustainable way of living. You know, we want to have animals, we want to grow our own foods. But for us to do that now, it's not the right time. So when the right time comes, that's when we will put that in place.
Yeah. As soon as we get our visa accepted, it's chickens and
Animals.
going to the animal shelter and adopting all the animals. And
Yeah.
First thing on the list, because I'm really desperate to have pets now and chickens, and yeah.
Definitely.
The next question is, what did both of you do to earn a living before you bought the farm?
Yeah, so we've done many different stuff. I mean, we've worked online. We've both worked as like kind of spirituality, like self-help coaches, if that's what you want to call it. It's like being psychologists for people, basically. So we've done that for quite some time. We still do that.
Just a few different
yeah.
online businesses, really, and just in and out of different kinds of jobs
Yeah.
that you can just jump into to earn a bit of money.
And just
jump
before
out.
we came out here as well, I had a really funny story that I never got to share, because last time around when we started the channel, and it was a lot smaller than it is now. There's a lot more people watch it, and I jumped back into a job, and I was working in the job for 3 months when we last went back to the UK, and I was delivering to a customer's house, which is really funny. And this is only when we had like 10,000 subscribers, which is quite wild. And I delivered to this random guy's house, and when I was at the customer's house, he kind of said like, "Whoa, I was just watching you 2 minutes ago," and like we couldn't believe it. And at first Laura thought I was kind of I was telling a couple of porkies
Yeah.
and lying, but then the guy commented, didn't he, saying thanks for delivering
me food shopping.
delivering it to you,
Yeah.
which was quite funny. So that was a funny story to share anyway.
Yeah, it was wild because we just didn't really expect the reach of the channel to be that big, and we just weren't expecting it. So
Yeah,
that
definitely.
was a nice thing to experience. What are your plans for the barn? Were you planning to make it livable, and how much accommodation for sleeping, cooking, comfort?
Yeah, so the plans for the barn for us at the moment is still changing. You know, it's something that we're just kind of feeling out as we go. There's a lot of things that we're still kind of trying to figure out how we're going to do it. We obviously want to make it homely. The barn for us is a perfect size. It's not like some people have been saying that it's too small, but for us it's perfect. You know, we're not bothered. We like being close together. And when we have a family in the future, you know, we want our family to be close together in the barn. You know, we want to have a livable environment where we are actually all on top of each other. You know, because we value like kind of being close to one another. You know, and that's what we want.
Yeah, I think like I grew up in a house where we were quite separate from each other. So what I really want is to have a family dynamic that's really close
Yeah.
inside the barn. And
Exactly. People live in big houses, big mansions, and they never see each other. You know, they never
Yeah.
even spend time in other rooms. Whereas for us, we've kind of like lived in a van. We're living in a van now. We've like lived on top, like in a small space, and we realize what you need and what you don't need. You know, and we don't need a lot of space. You know, like we're happy with that barn, and it's going to be a beautiful home.
Yeah, we're happy with the van, and if we can cope in the van, then we can cope in the barn. It's
Yeah,
not
definitely.
we don't need a massive space.
And there's so much you can do in spaces as well. You know, so like there's so much you can like how you can develop spaces, and you can make spaces look bigger than they are, and you can add like upstairs, mezzanines, and things like that. So it's going to be fun. You know. There's a
We'll
lot.
work it out.
There's a lot to go on.
A lot of people are asking if we're going to extend the barn as well, but I think for us it's not on our to-do list because of the cost it would take to do that at the moment.
Definitely.
But maybe in
We'll
years
find
and years
we'll
and
find
years
a
to
way.
come.
We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
we'll see. We'll just see how it all plans out.
So that this is the last one. Someone said, "Can we see you both playing some musical instruments?"
And it says in the tent, given if it is bad.
I'll do mine first, and you can play yours.
I'm not playing.
So I know Laura's probably not going to play. She's
shy.
she's actually quite good on the guitar as well, but I'm not good on this on the didgeridoo. But I'll give it a blow anyway, and it'll be a laugh. So let's see how good it is.
Don't think that's a note.
I'm retiring that. Still haven't got
It
that
looks
technique.
pretty though.
I'm as good at blowing that as I am at cutting wood. So you playing the guitar now?
No.
No. Right, well,
I'm not playing the guitar.
so I
I'm
think-
sparing years.
Well, I think we'll leave it there. And what we're going to do as well is we're going to answer a few questions over on our Instagram as well. So if you want to see the answers to them questions answered, head over to our Instagram and check them out. It's the Origin Homestead on Instagram, and I'm sure you'll find it. There'll be a link in the description anyway. So anyway, have a good one wherever you are in the world, and we've got some amazing stuff coming soon to the channel, and we can't wait to share them with you all.
Yep. Peace and love.
Boom.
Bye.